Hi, my name is Jessie. This is my Heritage and Conservation Proposal Report presentation. In this Heritage and Conservation Proposal Report presentation, I am given a building which is Istana Bandar Jugra with designated scenario. Then, I will need to come up with conservation approach or solution according to ICOMOS Charter. Quick overview of the macro site. Kuala Langat was believed that the place was founded by the Bugis who came from Johor to trade with Malacca in the 18th century. It played an important role in the political, social, and economic development of Selangor due to its strategic location on the coast. As mentioned before, the site is developed by the Bugis. The Bugis were among the early converts to Buddhism in the Malay archipelago, and they accepted many Indian customs. Hence, this led to adding more diverse culture to Kuala Langat. As the Selangor royal family were originated from the Buginese, and Sultan Sir Aladdin further studied in other countries, hence he was exposed to various culture and arts, range from local to international. When he was crowned as the 5th Selangor Sultan, the Sultan himself designed, funded, and involved in the construction of the palace, especially the carvings on the ornaments, and therefore, design of the palace is in a mixture of Islamic, Moorish, Chinese, Mongol, Indonesian, and colonial style in it. This is a quick overview of the timeline, ownership, and function. The site contains a series of significant value. However, I would like to emphasize on one point that relates to both cultural and aesthetic value, which is, through the palace, His Highness proved that despite having different cultural background from different continents and countries, all could blend in and live in harmony during the colonial era. Stated in the standard of rehabilitation, when proposing a new use, we will need to determine the compatibility with the historical and architectural character of the building. And stated in ICOMOS New Zealand Charter for the Conservation of Places of Cultural Heritage Value, revised 2010, Article 21, Adaptation. Adaptation should not dominate or substantially obscure the original form and fabric, and should not adversely affect the setting of a place of cultural heritage value. Hence, the proposed function of the building will remain best as living museum and exhibition area as previously. In this building, there are a variety of architectural style in it. Most of the style was brought in during the colonization era by other countries into Malaysia. And in the construction of the structure, it displays a mixture of modern and traditional construction. Through the element, it can be seen that there are many adaptations of design from different architectural styles and countries. Material-wise, there are a wide range of materials. From local Chengal hardwood to China porcelain was used in the palace. These are the images of the palace. In Scenario 1, front elevation of the Istana Bandar Jugra grid 29, 26, 22, 19, 14, 13 was given. The assumed condition that needs to be diagnosed and investigated on the site being abandoned for 3 years are the roof, column, and door. This is the Dilapidation Survey for Scenario 1. Brief explanation of issue in Scenario 1 are: due to the site is situated beside the sea and near to the swamp, the soft earth under the building is exposed to tremendous stress, causing cracks to the palace. And due to its location and lack of maintenance, high moisture level caused biogrowth and termite attack to the palace. Scenario 1, treatment proposed for element roof is: replace new roof tile with harder and stronger materials without changing the design to ensure its authenticity. Second, replace deteriorating wooden parts and paint coating. Despite made out of checker hardwood, there's still risk of fungi attack if not maintained frequently. Therefore, maintenance needed to be carried out periodically. For the second element, which is column, hydraulic jacking is proposed as treatment. Hydraulic jacks are used to raise or stabilize concrete slabs affected by changes in the underlying soil. Once raised, the beam is held to elevation by a specifically designed spread footing and pier. The footing is set deep enough so that it will be independent of variation in soil moisture. It is also designed to adequately distribute the load without creating unnecessary bulk or mass. For the last element in Scenario 1, which is the door, the treatment proposed is to replace deteriorating wooden parts and paint coating. When replaced wooden door, coating layers such as paint, shellac or varnish should be coated on to protect the door against weather condition and fungi attack. In Scenario 2, Assembly Hall on the ground floor level of the Istana Bandar Jugra Grid 29, 26, 22, 19, 14, 13 was given. The assumed conditions that need to be diagnosed and investigated on the site being abandoned for 3 years are the internal wall and ceiling. This is the Dilapidation Survey for Scenario 2. Brief explanation of issue in Scenario 2 are: due to high moisture level and lack of maintenance, the fungi grow on the surface of the wall, whereas the ceiling of the assembly hall experienced wet rot due to leakage of water from the roof. This situation may cause safety concerns that may lead to premise no longer safe to be occupied. In Scenario 2, treatment proposed for internal wall would be: first, clean the fungi, then cocoon treatment and chemical dam-proof injection costs to be applied on walls and column. This is to remove salt associated with rising dam and prevent rising dam. Lastly, coating should be applied. Walls will be plastered and also apply compatible color coating system to historical painted masonry following proper surface preparation. For the second element, which is the ceiling on the assembly hall, it is important to identify the source of leakage, then evaluate the condition of the wood structure. By evaluating the overall condition of the structural system, it is able to help determine whether more than protection and maintenance, such as repair to structural features, will be necessary. Then, repair. Repairing the structural system by augmenting individual components using recognized preservation method. For example, weakened structural members such as floor framing can be paired or assisted with a new member, braced or otherwise supplemented and reinforced. Evaluation of building facade. The facade of the building suffer from paint peeling off due to lack of maintenance. The wall connecting the earth suffer biogrowth and crack due to being exposed to the moisture and the poor soil condition. This might cause safety concerns that lead to the premise no longer safe to be occupied. Entrance-wise, the double-dock lake staircase at the entrance also suffer crack due to poor soil condition. Paint can be seen peeling off, revealing the previous color of the building. The pinnacles, double-door lake staircase and the wall at the entrance suffer from biogrowth due to exposure to moisture and lack of maintenance. Pedestrian area wise, The walkway of the pedestrian area is covered by vegetation due to lack of maintenance and care. The grass and weeds on the sideway grown tall. This might attract snakes or pests to live in it. Waiting room area. The wall of the building suffer from mold attack caused by the moisture and damp surface. Ceiling of the waiting room area suffer from leakage due to the roof tile missing and cracked. This also caused parasitic plants growth on the roof due to the crack. According to Charter of the Built Vernacular Heritage 1999, I understand that when I propose a design, any replacement of materials and parts should maintain a consistency of expression, appearance, texture, and form throughout the structure, and a consistency of building materials from the previous. For Istana Bandar Jugra case, the treatment proposal will be within rehabilitation framework. Rehabilitation means the act or process of making possible a compatible use for a property through repair, alteration, and addition while preserving those portions or features which convey its historical, cultural, or architectural value. Treatment proposals for facade and entrance are: hydraulic jack are used to raise or stabilize concrete slab affected by changes in the underlying soil. Remove damaged paint only to the next sound layer using the gentlest method possible prior to repainting. Repairing wall by repointing the mortar joint where there is crack. Apply compatible paint coating system to historical painted wall following proper surface preparation. Treatment proposal for the pedestrian area would be: frequent maintenance should be carried out by trimming the grass. This can prevent grass from overgrowing. Treatment proposal for waiting room would be: remove parasitic plant, stabilize deteriorated wood, protect and maintain the structural system, evaluate the overall condition of the structural system to determine whether more than protection and maintenance, such as repair to structural feature, will be necessary. Then, repair the structural system by augmenting individual components using recognized preservation method and replace deteriorating wooden parts. Coat the wood part with coating layers such as paint or shellac to protect it against weather condition and fungi attack. Replace new roof tile with harder and stronger materials of roof tile to replace the old one without changing the design to ensure its authenticity. Remove damaged paint only to the next sound layer using the gentlest method possible prior to repainting. Lastly, apply compatible paint coating system to historically painted wall, following proper surface preparation. I learned that while proposing a treatment to the heritage building, it is important to have guidelines, charters, or principles as references. This is important because I thought that it allows us to conserve, preserve, rehabilitate, or restore the building to its original self. In Istana Bandar Jugra case, it can be seen that restoration jobs are done according to the guideline. However, in my opinion, I thought that despite restoration is the main priority, maintenance is also important to do it periodically to ensure all the restoration jobs are worth it. So, as a conclusion, Istana Bandar Jugra display how the royalty lived in the past and the thoughts of the 5th Selangor Sultan while designing the palace. Through its aesthetic, historical, and communal value, it teaches us despite coming from different backgrounds, we came in as one nation, living in harmony without forgetting our original identity. Hence, I would like to quote Carl Sagan's quote, "You have to know the past to understand the present." Thank you.